These two blood brothers are killing each other in the nest, but only one of them can live between them. This is the cruel law of nature. The weaker brother is forced to the edge of the nest, with only his claws left to hook onto a branch, but eventually the eagle loses its strength and falls off the cliff. Luckily, the branch was there to cushion the fall. The hawk survived. It took a long time for it to recover from its fall, calling out to his mother incessantly, but in the end the mother chose her stronger brother. The young eagle is left to die where it is. Its body is already crawling with ants. The young fox hears the sound and comes looking for it. He spreads his feathery wings. He chases the fox away. He stubbornly walks off into the distance, and his strong will to live is rewarded with a fresh start. A boy overlooks it. He is curled up and nervous. The boy carefully walks up to it. He reaches out his hand to soothe it. He looks up at the cliff end. He knew that it had fallen from above, so he took off his coat and wrapped it around the young eagle, and exhaled into his coat too. To keep it warm, he named it Jimmy. Then he left the forest with it in his arms. He went back to his shabby old hut. He put Jimmy on the table, and tore up the only pillow he had, and made him a nest of his own. He took off his jumper, and put his sweater around the nest to keep it warm. He kissed him on the head. Before leaving, while Papa Hunter was napping, he stole a sausage, and ran off towards the hut. Jimmy was already hungry and couldn't wait. When he had eaten and drunk enough, the boy took Jimmy and pushed the cart, and played happily in the grass. Then he let him lie on his back. The next day, he brought in some fresh branches, and built a nest for Jimmy. He found earthworms from outside, and fed him with a stick. Just then, an older man pushed in the door. He told the boy that the young eagles were very difficult to raise, and that eating only earthworms would not work. He handed the boy some animal liver. He gives him advice. Let it get more sun. This will help him to grow more feathers. The next day, the boy is out in the field looking for food for Jimmy. He found Jimmy's brother. He had been fed by his mother eagle, and had become very strong. Jimmy's feathers had not yet grown in. The boy had to feed him some mice, and lure him to fly with food, but Jimmy is not interested at all. It is only when the uncle brings in animal offal that Jimmy finally responds. As he grows bigger and bigger, the boy walks him around the valley every day. He familiarizes him with the wilderness. He spreads his wings to imitate the mother eagle, teaching him to fly into the wind. They were inseparable all day long. When the uncle saw how much the boy liked the eagle, so he gave him a pair of eagle training gloves. But the boy has no experience in training eagles. What should he do? A boy finds an abandoned eagle cub in the wild. He grows up to become a king eagle. This was only possible thanks to the boy's teaching. At first he couldn't even fly, let alone hunt. As he watched his brother grow stronger and stronger, the boy tried everything he could think of. He builds a haystack. Jimmy was hung up on a rope. He simulates the conditions on the cliff. He brought out food to tempt him to fly down, but Jimmy didn't do anything. He found a stick and started fishing for the hawk. Jimmy's mouth watered with desire, but he did not move. The boy had no choice but to throw him down. He had to learn to fly, otherwise he would never survive in the wild, let alone compete with his brother for the throne. Then the boy took him to the valley. He opened his wings to the wind, to get used to the feel of the flowing. Good chance that he will not survive the winter. A male eagle spots a small, stranded fox in the freezing snow. It swoops down towards its prey. He sets up his kill in the air, but he falls into the freezing water with the fox. The biting cold makes him forget to hunt. His feathers are so wet that he can't fly properly. He managed to make it to shore. He was covered in ice. 2. This has caused him to gain weight. He can only walk in the snow. He spreads his wings and tries to fly, but he couldn't get up. He ends up hiding behind rocks to escape the harsh conditions. When the sun comes out, to get rid of the ice, but suddenly there is an avalanche. All the animals start to run for their lives. Jimmy takes to his wings and soars. He eventually breaks out of the snowy fog. Once again, Jimmy feels the cruelty of nature. He is so tired. He returns to the place where he and the boy used to go, and the boy used to put some pieces of meat to give him a helping hand in the snow. Afterwards, he returns to the valley where he was born. He saw his strong brother hovering in the air. They were destined for battle. Soon, the snow and ice had gone. The forests were white and green again. The horned sheep are happily enjoying the last of the snow. And so the story of the two brothers begins. The older brother hovers in the air. He swoops down on his prey. He takes the prey straight away. Jimmy saw his chance and went after him. The two brothers wrestle with each other, their razor-sharp talons striking at each other. Jimmy has been through the rigors of the wild, soon overpowered his brother, and establishes himself as king of the eagles. Instead of killing him, he decided to make peace with his brother. They would often run together outside the boy's hut, but then one day an accident happened. The two brothers went back to the nest together to escape the rain, but they were caught in an unfortunate rockfall. When the boy arrived at the bottom of the hill, all he saw was the body of a hawk. After that, Jimmy was never seen again. It was not until one winter, several years later, the boy was in the valley chopping wood. He couldn't help but take out the gloves he had with him again. He always believed that Jimmy must still be alive. Suddenly, his father looked behind the boy. The boy held out his arm. A dark shadow flew towards him from afar and landed on the boy's hand with unerring accuracy. They had finally found each other. The boy strokes its feathers, then holds out his arm again to let it fly away, for the boy knows that to let go is to give him freedom. The endless blue sky and the dense forest is where it will live for the rest of its life.